Here's the thing. Global power struggles don't look like what we see in movies. It's not about fiery speeches or armies marching. The real game is economic, invisible, and happening while most of us are looking the other way. For years, everyone thought it was just a contest between the US and China. But China? It's been quietly playing a whole different game, and winning. The US is scrambling to catch up. And India? Suddenly it finds itself alone, facing a giant. This isn't just a theory, it's already happening. So how did we get here? For nearly 2 decades, the United States was distracted, pouring billions into wars in the Middle East. While Washington's focus drifted, a massive power vacuum opened up. Beijing saw exactly what was happening and seized its chance. Now think about India. It's been on the rise, sure, but China's economy? It's 4.5 times bigger. That kind of scale makes the rivalry feel almost unfair. China is dictating the terms and India's left playing catch-up. But here's the real twist. China's takeover isn't built on tanks or aircraft carriers. It's built on concrete and contracts. The heart of this strategy is the Belt and Road Initiative, the BRI. Launched in 2013, it's a mind-boggling project. Trains, highways, ports, power plants. Over 150 countries are now tied in. The price tag? Already over $1 trillion. With the BRI, China is weaving a web. Strategic ports, railways, even digital infrastructure. Beijing's locking down the arteries of the global economy. And here's the secret sauce. China's loans are easier and come with fewer political demands than the West's. That's made China an essential partner for developing countries and built a deep, sticky kind of dependency. And it's not slowing down. In just the first half of 2025, China's BRI engagement hit a record $124 billion. That's not just a flex, that's a signal. China's accelerating. So here's my question. What do you think China's endgame is? Seriously, hit up the comments. I want to hear your theories. Now, if you thought this was all theory, think again. The shift is already here. China is calling the shots on 5G and green energy standards, and it controls huge parts of the critical minerals supply chain. Stuff you need for everything from iPhones to fighter jets. Diplomatically, China's also on the rise. It's become the face of the global South, a leader for countries outside the traditional US-European order. Meanwhile, new projects like the India-Middle East-Europe corridor are struggling to keep pace. China just has a huge head start. So has China really trumped the US and India? On paper, the US is still the world's biggest economy and military. India is no slouch either. But that's not the point. The real contest was never about today's numbers. It's about tomorrow's influence. China's changed the rules, building a new system based on economic ties that the West is only now trying to counter. The world order is already shifting. The real question? How will the US and India adapt now that China has spent the past decade writing the rules?